So hello everyone and welcome to what I hope to be a weekly stammering blog. So this is the first episode, if you like, one for a better word. And just thought I'd start by talking about why I thought a blog would be a good idea. So I've just been on holiday, and as you do lying on your sunbed, you're kind of thinking of a few things. And I was thinking, there's not really a blog. Sorry, I was reading some articles or something about how blogs have become very popular and things like that. So then I started thinking, well, as far as I'm aware, there isn't a stammering blog out there. And then I did a bit of research, a few searches, and there was nothing I could see really. So I thought, well, here we go. Let's give it a whirl. And I was thinking this could be a really good way, because I know before I became a recovering stammerer that stammering can be a very, very lonely place, and just by having somebody talk about it or whatever, or somebody to pose questions to, could be very useful. So I'm not going to really talk about my journey and how I've got to where I've got to today, because if you're interested in that, there's a video I did on this channel for British Stammering Awareness Day last year, so you'll find that on it, and if I work out how to do a link or something, then I'll do it at the end of this video, but you should be able to find that. So if you're interested in where I've come from, what my journey's been and what I'm trying to do at the minute, then that's detailed in there. So in relation to the blog, what I thought I'd do is just talk about, I hope to do one maybe every Friday, talk about what's gone on over the week, what's gone well, what hasn't, and what I'm looking forward to or is on my mind for the week ahead. And if there's enough interest and this goes well, then I'll do a bit of a Q&A, and if the interest is there, I could create a social media page where people can pose questions or topic discussion points during the week, and then we can talk about it on that video that week rather than waiting until the week after. So just generally depends on whether there's interest there or not really. So firstly, I'd just like to do a couple of shout outs. We check out the British Stammering Association page if you haven't been doing already. Tim Fowl, the chairman, is doing some great work at the minute. He's walking from Land's End to John O'Groats, so to raise awareness and fundraise for the Stammering Association. So he's got a Just Giving page, which again, if I work out how to do it, I'll put a link out over to them. But if you could go and support that, that would be great. And just have a look on their website in general, give some really good advice and that. So yeah, so that's that. So last couple of weeks, well, as I just mentioned earlier, I've been on holiday, so I've been to Spain for 2 weeks, got back on Wednesday. So I don't know about anyone else, but when I'm on holiday, I don't really have to think about my speech too much because I'm generally relaxed and just enjoying my time. But yeah, so on the whole, it's been pretty good. A couple of weeks, which is interesting really, because I was talking to a fellow stammerer a couple of weeks ago who'd been on holiday, and he was saying that his experience whilst he was on holiday, he got into quite a few difficulties, even though he can talk a different language, and he was speaking in this other language. And I thought, well, that's strange, because I know when I was out of control stammer, if I was to put an accent on or speaking a different language at school or whatever, my stammer would disappear. Now I know that that is because you're acting and you're removing yourself from you. I'm sure there's people out there that can relate to that. So that, I found that really interesting, and that's why, as we know, there's a few famous acting stammerers out there. Just off the top of my head, Bruce Willis, Rowan Atkinson, there's plenty more. And people are really surprised when they hear that they stammer, because on stage or in film or wherever, they are not themselves, they're removing themselves from themselves. So here, they're not them. So that kind of makes sense to me. So good couple of weeks. There was one instance when I was ordering a meal at night and I was a bit worried about the C on cake, and I was ordering a chocolate cake, so I decided what I wanted, and as we were going, there were 6 of us on the table. As it was going round, I was starting to get a bit apprehensive about this K on cake. So, I mustered up a good technique and really got in a good breath for cake. Said it really, really well. I was really pleased with how it went, but the waitress's reaction was like, cake, as if I was doing that because I was excited about having the cake rather than doing that to have control over what I was saying, which didn't really bother me really, but I just thought it was interesting. And then the other one was at the airport on the way back. There's a Starbucks within the airport terminal, and hadn't planned to go to Starbucks or whatever, but me and the family were going through, and my wife said, "Oh, shall we get a coffee at Starbucks?" Now, we'd previously been to this airport in May, so not that long ago, and had a coffee there. And as I'm sure you're aware, if you have a stammer at Starbucks, they ask you your name, and for any stammerer, their name is the most difficult thing to say, and they write it on the cup or whatever, so when it gets to the end, it's there waiting for, and you know which one's yours. So in May, for whatever reason, didn't prepare very well, didn't do very well, and I really struggled on my name, what seemed to last a very long time. Had what I describe as a chest freeze, where it freezes here and you just can't get out of it. So that old stammering mindset, as I'm sure we can all relate to even now, as soon as that question said, shall we get a coffee at Starbucks, that experience, bang, it's in there, you're thinking about it, and that you probably, the chances are you're gonna be asked your name again. So, and I had some time to think about this, because we went and sat down and the family went over to a shop and said, oh, we'll get the coffee when we got back. So those nerves had time to build as well, but instead of so I spent a few minutes worrying about it, but then started to click into gear about what I've been taught and everything else, and I was feeling up for the challenge then. So I got in the queue, did what I needed to do, what I've been taught to do, and fair enough, she did ask me my name after I'd done my order, and I was really chuffed. It went really well, and I said my name really, really well, which, if you're not aware, is Adam Wright. So that went really well, and then I was really chuffed and got back. I got the drinks and went over and told the family that I was really pleased because it went really well. So that was something that's cropped up this week. Returned to work on Thursday. It's Friday now, so only yesterday, and yeah, no real problems there. It's all gone well. Been answering the phone with my name really well last couple of days, which is really pleasing. And yeah, as we all know, that can come and go, and whilst I'm in a really good place with my speech at the minute, that's not to say it will be moving forward. So just to say thank you for watching. I don't want to go on too long on these videos, but if you are interested in this becoming a regular thing, then do drop a like on YouTube, and I'll be posting them on the various social media channels that I know the stammering pages. So if you are interested and you want it to continue, I'll kind of be judged by you really, and if there's interest out there. So if you could show me that interest by dropping a like on the YouTube video, or subscribing, or a like on Facebook, or a like on Twitter, or whatever. That would be great, and then I'll know there's interest there to keep on doing it. And yeah, if you've got any questions or whatever, pose them in the YouTube comments as well. And like I say, if that becomes a regular thing, I'll probably set up some pages so we can have some regular interaction. Any topic discussion points, any questions you want to ask me, that's fine, go ahead. Like I said, I'm not going to talk too much about why my journey or my recovery from stammering, or what I'm trying to do, as that's in another video, so please go and have a look at that if you wish. Thanks very much, and all being well, I'll post again next week. Thank you.